Hey everyone, welcome to George's Library. My name is George, and today I want to talk about The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. This is the official first book in the Wheel of Time series. This is a huge series, 14 books plus a prequel that I already have reviewed previously on my channel. It's called New Spring. And this series has both an incredible reputation and a big legacy. So let's talk a little bit about how it's like to dive into the very beginning of the story. The story starts in a quiet village called the Two Rivers, where we meet Rand, Matt, Perrin, and Egwene and Nynaeve. I'm still working on the pronunciation of the name, so please bear with me. Their peaceful lives are being disrupted when their village is being attacked by these terrible creatures who are seemingly searching for them. Now, with the help of Moraine, a mysterious woman who can wield the one power, and her companion Lan, they flee the village, setting out on a journey that eventually becomes much larger than themselves. Now, on the surface, the Eye of the World might feel familiar, especially if you are a Tolkien fan. There's a group of farmer boys leaving home, a wise guide, a dangerous enemy, and the sense that the fate of the world is at stake. What makes this one stand out, though, is what Robert Jordan does when expanding and deepening that setup into something that ends up his own thing. And that comes to what impressed me most about this, actually, which is the sheer scope of the world building. It's so much fun exploring this world with these characters. I was in a mood for reading a classic story that it's about a farmer boy going on a huge quest. And I know it's very specific, but that's exactly what I felt like reading. A story about a farmer boy going on a huge quest full of adventures. And boy, did this deliver. It's not a perfect book. It's very odd at times, but somehow it hooked me all the way up to the point where I even had dreams of being on the quest with these characters during their adventure. Loved it, and I haven't had such an experience reading something in a very, very long time, so it was very appreciative to fall so deeply into a fantastical world, as much as I did with this. Jordan really creates a living, breathing world with different nations, cultures, and histories that feel genuinely distinct. Even in this first book, you get a sense of how vast the world is and how many stories could be told within it. Every chapter just brings you something new, just carries you on a little bit further. You're just constantly surprised of how much more is there. There's really more. Every chapter just gives you more and more. There's also this strong sense of destiny running through this novel. You can feel that these characters are caught into something that it's much bigger than themselves. The wheel of time turning, the repetition of ages, the struggle between light and shadow, that mythic weight gives the story a resonance beyond just an adventure tale. And while there are definitely echoes of Tolkien, the book also has its own flavor. The blending of Eastern philosophies with Western tropes, I'd say, is quite unique, and it lays the proper groundwork for the even much more original direction the series is about to take. You know, The Eye of the World can be a slow burn at the beginning, but once the characters left the Two Rivers, I found myself really drawn in. I loved the sense of exploration, of moving from one place to another. It just kept making me turn the pages and making me come back for more. And yeah, sure, maybe for some readers, the details can feel a little bit dense. Jordan loves to describe clothes and settings in detail. but at the same time, that richness makes the book feel so real. And the characters, as far as I can say, are quite enjoyable. Rand, Matt, and Perrin are clearly at the start of journeys of growth. Egwene and Nynaeve already feel strong and determined from the beginning. I came away curious to see how all these characters will evolve over the course of such a series. And that's The Eye of the World. It's a classic fantasy opener, familiar in some ways, but ambitious and richly detailed in others. If you're looking for a series to really sink into, with a world you can live in for months or years, this is a great place to start. Have you read The Wheel of Time? How do you feel about the first book compared to the rest of the series? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Meanwhile, stay safe, be kind, and keep on reading. I'll see you next time.